Good afternoon, good morning. Hello, my happy Stampin' with Janice friends. Depending on wherever you are, whatever time it is where you are, I'm so glad that you took the time to stop in and say hi to me. Okay, so what I want to demonstrate to you today is the Stamparatus. And what I did with the Stamparatus with this stamp set, Forever Lovely. The stamp set is called a distinctive. It's a trademark of Stampin' Up. And the uniqueness of these sets is that some of the images come out with a bolder line, and some of them have a lighter line. And that is built right into the stamp. I love that. What I'm going to do for you today is show you how easy it is to make these 4 cards with having your Stamparatus set up at one time. Don't know which way the camera's going to show, so I don't know if this is going to show you the front of the cards or not. But I just thought it was so pretty and so easy. Okay, so I'm going to make the 3 out of 4 of these cards. Now, I took the cardstock and the ink pads of the in colors. What I did is I purchased a set of the in color cardstock for 2018-2020, which are only going to be available until June the 2nd. With these ink pads and cardstocks that coordinate, if you buy the package of paper, you get, I believe, 4 of 5 different colors, 4 sheets of 5 different colors. And what you know is that they are designed to coordinate with the stamp pads of the same colors. So I grabbed all 5 of the colors that came with all 5 of the cardstock, and I'm going to make cards with it. Easy peasy. All right, so the project that I'm going to work with is the Stamparatus. The Stamparatus comes to you with 2 arms, the tray, and 2 really super magnets. Now, be very careful that you don't let the 2 magnets get together, because if they do, you, 1, will probably not be able to separate them, or 2, they will break and not easy to replace. So be careful. What most demonstrators do when they get them is they wrap it with a piece of washi tape. I think this is with brown masking tape, but it has helped me. Once you get them on the magnet base, it's kind of hard, you know, you got to slide it around. So I put the tape up so it would hold it up. What I also did is I took a piece of the graph paper that we all have to work with that is available through Stampin' Up. It's a great surface scratch pad for using inks and everything, and it won't hurt your table. So I took a piece and I cut it down. After that, I went and I was able to order the pad of paper through Stampin' Up that is pre-cut and designed for this. I have this, but I'm going to use the piece of scrap paper I have until it's no longer any good. All right, so what I did on this first one was I took the Stamparatus and I put my image on my paper where I wanted it to be, and then put the arm down on it, and the arm picked it up. And then I took it back and I inked it up, and I went back and put it down on the paper. So I'm going to take the second image that I want to line up with this. Look at how those are the leaves to that flower. The leaves, perfect. That's exactly where I want it to be. So I'm going to push this down, put that down, and then push this down. By pulling this back, it's stuck to the card, or I should say stuck to the plastic exactly where I want it to be placed every time. So with the lines that I marked on my graph paper, I know where to put my cardstock, so that every time I make an image or go to make the impression, it is perfectly placed. Don't like to get my hands inky. It happens, but all right. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to ink up the image, or the rubber on my plate. I don't have to wipe this off. I've done quite a few where I didn't, but it will end up getting onto the tape and then onto my hands. So, all right, so I inked that up, tap, tap a couple times, push this down, lift it up, and it is perfectly placed. All right, so what I did is I went back And I made another set of lines down here where I want to continue with this. So now I'm going to come back with the same ink as the first one. Tap, tap, tap. Push it down. Lift it up, and it continues. And now I'm going to do that with the green again. Tap, tap, tap. Push it down. It continues. And look at that. It filled it in perfectly. All right. So one done. Set that aside. Now I'm going to change colors. So I'm going to come back with my lovely, nicely stained stamp cleaning pad and my towel and wipe this off. I want to do that just to make sure. Put this over top of it. Wipe it off. Make just a 100% guarantee I'm going to double wipe it. All right, so now I am done with the lovely lipstick. Pull this down, close it. This time I'm going to do, I thought the blue was so pretty, so I'm going to do the blue one. Opening up that, push that in. Now I'm just going to change the color. Look at all that ink that got on the background. I think I'm going to clean that off because I don't need all that ink on my tape. All right, I wipe that off. Come back with another piece of cardstock. Come back up to the first set of lines that I put on here when I made my first design. Now the blue is on there. And I'm going to go ahead and do the green as well to show how easy it is. Put the blue down. Push. Bring it up. Put the green down. Push. Bring it up. All right. I'm going to pick up the paper. Slide it back down where I want my second image to go. Tap the blue. Tap the green. Put the blue down. Push. Lift it up. Put the green down. Push. Lift it up. Look how fast and easy it was to do two different colors with the stamped image in the same place, just like that. Okay, so I did two of them. Now, I will, because of being recording, I will come back and clean this off in just a minute. Since I am recording, I'm not going to fuss with that right now. So, the card that I'm going to make, I've already pre-cut all the cardstocks. All right, so now I can take this piece and put my tape on the bottom. Tear and tape. I'm telling you, I used this by the yards. Yards and yards and yards. I went through and ordered an extra big batch because I didn't want to run out while I'm doing my home videos. Put your tear and tape down, rub your tip. I usually use the scissors, but I had my tweezers handy and they worked out just fine. All right, so either way I want to do this, it does not matter. I'm going to, you know what? I cut blue to layer this, so let's layer this on the blue. Beautiful. I like to rub it from the back. That way I don't have any chance of messing up the ink if I have ink on my fingers or whatever. And that's a great way to reinforce that your image. Remember to push it out so it's not up close to my body so that you guys can see it. All right, so I'm going to layer that on here. All right, so with the same ink pads that I did the flowers on, I'm going to take a verse, find a great place that it fits, and it fits wonderfully right there. Look at that. Oh, love it. All right, so while I was cutting down the background squares, the blue, I cut it in green and yellow and the orange, I had little scraps. Well, most crafters don't like to throw things away because they just know there's something they could do with that little scrap. So what I did was I took that laid it over there. Hopefully I fit it on there just right. Pull the little tabs. All right, now on my original, is that the shorter one? Nope, that's a longer one. That's perfect. Lay it right there. I'm going to cut that tape off in just a second. Use this. This one went over the edge. So awesome. Tear and tape, all you got to do is trim it out. I don't like to use my really great snips for cutting tape, but I clean them from time to time, so I know they're okay. Look at that. Just like that. So easy peasy. Have an instant card. Line it up. Make sure you grab a burnishing tool to fold it down. Just like that. Easy peasy. All right. I want to come back and add a couple dimensionals, embellishments. Going to put go with 3 different sizes. I have so many of these left over from different projects that I planned. I purchased them. A lot of these come with, when you buy kits, you know what, that's 4 different sizes. So let me get the next, oh, popped right off. There you go. Biggest size, that matched. Put this up. You have a couple seconds before it really seems to, look at that. What a difference that made. Okay, 1 card done. Let me come back to the red one that I did because I really loved this red. Now I pre-cut the cardstock. I was going to make, isn't that pretty? I love that. I was going to make this or this one for you, but what I think I'm going to do, winging it, which is what we get to do when we have all the craft supplies in our hands. I've already stamped this. That is good for that. So I'm going to layer that. Instead of the red, white, and blue, I'm going to use all the colors that I had already cut. All right, where's my tweezers? Right, all the way over there. How'd they get all the way over there? I don't know. Brush that down. Eyeball it up. Mash it down. Do it again. You see how I use a lot of tape? That's all right. Instant gratification is worth having extra supplies on hand. All right. Oh, look at that. I did have that ready. Okay, beautiful. Let me layer this on here. All right, I'm going to fold this down. It's showing that it doesn't matter what color you use, it all blends and it all looks really good together in the end. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, because I did the red flowers, I'm going to open up the yellow and take the hearts, show you again. Now the hearts are really hard to see because of the yellow is really light. But you can see they're different depths of color being made with a distinctive stamp. Do that on the sides. On my original one, I only did it on one side, but I couldn't help myself. All right, so I'm going to do that. Now this. With the same yellow, I'm going to stamp "You Are Loved" on one of the scrap pieces, trim pieces from cutting down my cardstock. I had that available. Where's my little scissors? I'm gonna go in. All right. Now put some pop dots down. I am readily looking for people to come and craft with me. I have several apparatuses so I can share. Look at that. I think that's beautiful. All right, since I have enough supplies on hand to do one more, I'm going to clean the blue off of here. Wipe all this off. What I'm using is the Stamp Cleanup Pad, Stampin' Scrub. I have several of them because they do come in really handy, and having them in different spots at different times. They're really easy to keep clean and maintain. And so I like to have a couple of them around in case I'm here doing it or they're doing it. I like having them around. Okay. A lot you could learn about the Stamparatus. Right now, what I'm doing is simply showing the uniqueness of this stamp set, but anybody can show you how awesome. You can watch another video about all the different uses there are of a Stamparatus. I'm going to come back and do this red again. Now remember, I still have the image in the same place as the others. So I'm going to come up, I'm going to put this card on the markings that I've done up there, hold it down, pull the Stamparatus, one good little push. Okay, bring down the green. My dog just came in and looked at me like, "What are you doing, Mom?" They should be used to me talking to myself by now. All right. That looks good. That looks good. I'm going to bring this down to the next line that I drew. Re-ink the stamp. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Put them over. Flip down, lift up, flip down, lift up. Okay, just like that, I've done another design. Put that down. I'm going to take this off so it doesn't stain that piece and move that out of the way. All right, where did I put? Here's my red. All right, so I want to show you. I'm doing an actual third card here. This is for the inside piece. I already cut it out. Do that wonderful little I hope I have the camera in the right spot. I have to tell you that has been a game I've learned how to play. I'm not real good at it yet, but I give it my best shot and I learn from every single time I do it. All right, I'm going to put this one as the upside. I'd already trimmed out the cardstock, which I will post the measurements on my blog when I get my blog complete. I'm still in the development stages, but it's coming. I want to share what I know, so it is coming. Oops. Okay. Wow, that has never happened to me before. All right, so let me go back. Should be able to salvage this. All right, so that was my problem. I didn't swipe it twice. One time to grab it, the next time to make sure it's not sealed. All right, no big deal. All right, red, white, and blue. If you match up one corner, it should be perfectly measured in all four corners. So I'm going to fold this down. Burnish it with my Stampin' Up squirrel tool. All right, so I have that finished. Now, this was a piece of scrap paper that I tested out the lining up, and I was able to come back with the hole punch. There are two sides to every piece of cardstock. This is got image on it, but it is not scratch paper until the other side is ruined. So I went ahead and cut out a piece with that. And on this one, I want to stamp with, let me see, that original. I don't know what color I did the original, but it doesn't matter. Put this on here. It fits perfectly with the punch. That's beautiful. I'm going to take the dauber and with a little bit of green and just daub around the edge just to add another color dimension to it. All right, I'm going to take some pop dots for this, whatever size I have handy. The small ones are really great when you're working on a small area. I, at this moment, grab the closest one to me. They are double stick puffed up tape, and on one side it sticks to the plastic. On the other side there's a little cover on it, so you can, there you go. I like that sound. All right, I'm going to put that right there. And then once again, with those pieces of scraps that I am determined to not waste, I'm going to piece of double stick tape on that.